De La Right. You all know what time is it in our studio with your girl De La Rama. So speculation rises. There is a brutal twist right now. They came for Rediant Dazzling brother Sammy at dawn, Abuja bound, reminded in prison till Dazzling bows to EPA. That is the information that we are getting right now. Now we are hearing that early hours of today, they went to the police station where Sammy was in the morning, and they took him, for Abuja, and that the information is coming from EPA. That is, that instruction was given by EPA. Apparently, for 3 days that Sammy has been in detention, the family have not seen Sammy. They have not been able to give him food. And then that alone should tell you the kind of heartache that the family is going through right now. And, as much as everybody is being careful not to say anything that will provoke EPA, I think that humanity should come in right now. Nigerians are standing up and trying to support Dazzling. People are speaking up. There is a signature, a place where people are encouraged to go and sign signature to say this is not acceptable in Nigeria. We live in a country where we should be proud that the country has, the rule of law, okay? When something happens, people should be treated the way that the Constitution recognizes, right? And when a person is taken to a police station, it's not as if the boy was an armed robber or anything, okay? They should be allowed for the family to see him and feed him. But under the circumstances now, if the information is correct, they said they have not granted him all of that. And then he's being taken to Abuja because they said what the EPA needed to do was to have charged him to court if he is guilty of anything. But what EPA did was to go and, from what we are hearing, they whisked him to Abuja. Now, from the PRO of police in Lagos, there's this statement that is flying around social media that they stated that Lagos police did not arrest him. So the arrest was, crafted in Abuja. They actually traveled from Abuja to Lagos to go and get him arrested and, kept him in a police service station until it is okay for them to bring him to Abuja. And they are bringing Sammy to Abuja, or they have brought, or they are taking, or they took him to Abuja. That is the information that we are hearing. Now, let me read this directly from QT Juice, okay? De La Right, I don't know if you guys know QT Juice. QT Juice is a blogger on Instagram that is always having very, very reliable information. You might want to look him up as well, okay? Now, QT Juice posted, one of my daughters is currently driving around looking for him in police stations. QT, we learned EPA has been busy looking to get an illegal court order to remind Sammy in Kuje, so he will forget him there until, Dazzling returns back to him. I also learned EPA has not been attending preliminary sections at the Senate with the excuses that he has been busy engaging in community work. Since Dazzling left, the Senate have had several sections discussing important matters that concern Nigeria and Nigerians, but unfortunately, EPA has not been to one. He gave an official excuse of being engaged with important community stuff, but we know he is not telling the truth. All he's been doing is to look for ways to arrest and harass Dazzling and her family till Dazzling returns back to him. Now, if this information that we are getting today from QT Juice is correct, this will be maybe the very first time that I'm hearing that an African family, when it comes to Africans, there's something about culture, about traditional kinsmen being called and here and there. I've never seen a place where an African family, especially the Igbos. I do understand that EPA is from Delta State and Dazzling is also from Delta State, right? But I am stunned at hearing that, EPA is going to remind or send that boy to jail, your in-law, the uncle of your children. Who does that? Now, I really think that at this junction, a lot of us should begin to understand that this life that we have is just what God has used to bless us. I mean, to bless us. Now, you do not even have guarantee of this life till tomorrow or next, except God says so. Now, if Epa does all of this to those children, and something happens to Epa, just as it happens naturally to everyone, okay? When it comes to, these things, nature plays no favorite, right? What happens to these children's relationship with their uncle? Should their uncle always remember, or wouldn't their uncle always remember that at some point, maybe in my life, the first time or the second time or the third time that I was always arrested, I was arrested by, the father of this kid. Now, people should think of the future when they make these kinds of decisions. It's one thing for us to want to show, superiority in matters like this. These are family matters, no matter what. And in African culture, especially the Igbos, I have never heard that when a woman leaves a man, there is a way you force that woman to return back to you. This level of manipulation, okay, we had a statement that, Dazzling made, where she said she actually was in love with that man against the mother's advice and the brother's advice. And so for somebody you shared this kind of relationship with for 6 good years, she was barely 18 when they got married, if the information is correct. How do you go ahead and want to trap the brother when you know that this is going to turn her life negatively around? Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do this? They said the crime against him, as in the allegation against him is trespassing. Bringing, I don't know, those allegations, theft, cyberbullying, and all of that. Come on, this is not done. This is not acceptable. This is unacceptable. And for those Nigerians who, sit down, you carry your joko, you sit down, and you say that because Regina had come online, or Dazzling has come online to praise the husband is this, the husband is that. The girl was in love, and that is what nearly every woman would do. You people are saying these things, and if you go to your social media spaces, you're still doing the same thing. What makes you feel like that? If a woman comes out to say my husband is the best husband in the world, because at the moment the husband is treating her well, she does not have a right to come out and say, no, he's treating me in a way that I do not accept. Why should that be a crime against Dazzling? Why? Now, secondly, Nigerians are saying that when Epa was busy arresting other people, Dazzling and the mother and the family, they said nothing. Now, with the way that Epa is going on, does Epa look like anybody that listens? You think that Epa would have listened to them? No. If he has a mind to want to do this to Sammy, then it means that Epa is not that kind of person that would listen if you spoke to him. People should also, weigh things before they say it. Then thirdly, please, Epa should please temper justice with mercy. This is still family. No matter how bad this relationship gets, that boy will remain an uncle to your children. This is not done, and it's unacceptable. Please, Nigerians should stand up. People should stand up and help, because it will be so bad that that boy will go and wear uniform because of a family matter. He said the boy's head is too hot. He wants to calm the boy's head. That madness, the boy shouldn't have brought it close to him. We know, but please, temper justice with mercy. Della writes, I'm going to drop this here. Let's see your thoughts. What do you think about this? I'll bring you more update. I appreciate you. And do not forget that these are all speculations.